Amanda with StraightSmile Solutions, and today we're going to be talking about self-ligating braces. The brand name for this might be called Damon braces. You've probably heard that. People talk about, do you do Damon, But self-ligating is just a general term of braces that have a little door or a little hatch, as you can see right here, that snap close. So you can do this instead of having the little rubber ligature tie that you have to manually take on, take off every 4 to 6 weeks. Now, what's the upside of this? The upside of doing all your braces with self-ligating braces, and there are clear ones and white ones and metal ones, and you can get them in all different prescriptions, is that you don't have to manually go in and take the darn thing off and put the new one on every 4 to 6 weeks. Now, that little rubber O-tie that goes on and off and on and off and on and off, 10 to 20 times during a treatment cycle, it degrades over time, and the force does not stay constant, so it cycles. And it's much healthier for a tooth to have a constant low-level force than a force that cycles, basically, that undulates. So not only is it healthier for the tooth and for the patient and more comfortable, but it also saves you a ton of time because you do not have to see this patient so often. And you don't have to have your staff or yourself do all this additional procedures on the patient. Saving chair time has a value to it. So theoretically, if you're using indirect bonding to place your brackets, so placing them digitally, ideally to the exact right spot, and there's no way you can do this with your eyeball as accurately as a computer can, and you're choosing your wires wisely, you can probably do a full treatment, and that's all the way up through rectangular, healthy, even steel wires if it's not a spacing case, and if it's not a huge case with a big overjet, or you're not doing distillation, like a regular class 1 malocclusion crowding case, just like run-of-the-mill easy case, and you can probably do this with less than 3 or 4 visits. 4 visits, I'm going to say. 1 to put them on, 5. 1 to put them on, 3 wire changes, and a debond. So that's 5 visits. So the actual amount of time the patient's actually going to be in your chair is probably, including put on, take off, and wire changes, maybe less than 2 hours the whole time. Now, let's compare that. And what's the value to doctor chair time? And if you're doing indirect bonding, theoretically, you're doing your doctor chair time from the computer. That takes you a few minutes. You don't have to actually place them. Yes, you have to do the debond unless you have a hygienist that can take them off. But so doctor chair time might be 5 to 10 minutes. Staff chair time may be a little less than 2 hours. What's the value of that? What's your overhead on that? You should have an answer for this for every single office that you run. You should know exactly what your chair time, value is for staff and doctor. And you need to do the math when you're figuring out the overhead on these cases. Yes, these brackets might be slightly more expensive, but you will save so much money on chair time, doctor and staff chair time, that it makes it totally worth it. Now, if it's a spacing case, you're still going to have to use power chain. So you're still going to have to change the darn thing. So that may not work for this, may not save you as much time. But for a run-the-mill, regular crowding case, simple crowding case, you'll save like crazy amounts of time. So I think it totally makes it worth it. Anyways, hopefully you understand the value of this. Now, this may not be ideal for that 8-year-old who really wants colors, because they do have all sorts of things you can snap on the braces for colors and, bedazzle them. But for these, no, you're not changing colors. So, you can put colors over them, but it defeats the whole purpose of this expensive bracket. Very sophisticated. Anyways, all right, that's all about self-ligating brackets. Again, there's zillions of distributors of these. It's really not proprietary anymore. Damon is like the brand name, but there's all sorts of other ones that are just as good. Sorry. But visit my site, StraightSmileSolutions.com, to learn more about braces, which ones to use, learn more about indirect bonding, about saving chair time, how to be most efficient. And you can always schedule your complimentary consultation at StraightSmileSolutions.com. Every doctor is welcome to do that. And if you're interested in support on scaling your orthodontic systems and operations, don't forget to subscribe at StraightSmileSolutions.com/services/.
Hey, this is Dr. Amanda with StraightSmileSolutions.com, and the question I got in today from a patient of one of my connections was, Should I pick, is Damon or Invisalign faster than traditional braces or clear aligners? And wow, that's a big question, and there's a lot of science behind that. So first of all, let me explain. Any of my answers that I give you here on YouTube, StraightSmile Solutions YouTube, are just my answers. They are not a substitute for clinical judgment. It's just information. You need to take this information and go to your dentist. If your dentist has questions, they can connect with me, StraightSmileSolutions.com. But in any case, first I want to educate you. Damon and Invisalign are brands of either braces or clear aligners, okay? So I like to think of those as the Kleenex brands, basically because we call Kleenex Kleenex, but it's really facial tissue, right? So Invisalign is a brand. We like to call things Invisalign, but that doesn't mean they are Invisalign. There are at least, globally 40 different types of clear aligners. In the US alone, at least 15 types of clear aligners. Types of braces, tons, even more than that. Damon is a brand, or maybe the first brand that I know of really popular self-ligating braces. Yes, self-ligating braces are quicker than traditional braces. Studies do show this. Why? Because they don't have the little rubber pieces that have to be changed every 4 to 6 weeks. Those rubber pieces lose their efficiency. They have an elastic modulus to them, and they lose it. They have to be changed. So over time, the force level on your braces does this. Whereas if you have Damon braces or self-ligating braces, again, there are like at least 8 different types that I know of off the top of my head, your force level is like this. This is actually more healthy for your teeth, for your gums, for your bone, because everything is consistent and not highs and lows. It actually causes less side effects. So yes, Damon or self-ligating braces are better. If I had a choice, I would pick that. No, that means you don't get colors. So make a decision. Do you want colors, or do you want faster, or do you want healthier? Number 2, Invisalign. Is it better? No, not necessarily at all. Is it quicker? Yes, studies show it is quicker. They use a proprietary brand of plastic that no other aligner company can use because they own the patent for it. So does that mean that, is that better that you're going faster? Not sure. So faster isn't always better. So that's the difference. Depends on what your goal is, right? If you're trying to get married and you have a goal, you're getting married in June, you have to get from A to Z by June, well then maybe faster is better. But otherwise, I don't know, slow and steady sometimes wins the race, right? Because for aligners, the force level is still that for the most part, or like this. So for aligners, I don't know that it makes that much of a difference. It's really your personal opinion. You can see my other YouTube videos about the trims. Personally, I think that's more important sometimes, the trims, the aestheticness of it, the clarity of it. So great questions here about aligners, clear aligners, Invisalign, Damon. Feel free to have your doctor visit me at StraightSmileSolutions.com. Keep those questions coming. Thank you.